Guys, it's that time of year again. Camping season is right around the corner. And each year around this time, we like to do a video where we talk about the most purchased RV products through our links from you guys, our subscribers and viewers. Last year we did the top 15 most purchased items from you guys, things you clicked on from our links. This year we're going to expand the list to 20 because we have some new items I want to talk about. We got some new items making the list this year. We got some things from last year. Plus, I want to talk about a few upgrades we've done to some products, some things that actually make this list, but I actually don't use anymore. I found a little bit better product and we've upgraded to them, and we'll mention those as well. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, kicking off this list with number 20, that is the iWisp PEX cinch tool. Now, I see why most of you have this because we all have to do RV modifications on our water lines. We have leaks and other things like that. And you need this tool right here to cinch down on the metal little crimp rings that goes around the PEX piping. Without this tool, well, that's not going to really be possible. So if you're an RVer, whether a full-timer or just doing it on the weekends, having one of these in your tool bags is very necessary. This next item on the list, I can guarantee you every one of you has it. Maybe not this exact brand, but it's the Max Haul rubber wheel chocks. We all have to have wheel chocks. I don't prefer the plastic ones. They tend to slip, slide. You make one mistake, you run them over, they're cracked, they're gone. So I like these heavy duty Max Haul rubber chocks. I've been using these for 5 years. They've held up well. They're going to get a better grip on pavement, and you guys apparently are liking them too. Coming in at 18 on the list is the Mopeka propane tank sensors. And this is a good one for full-time RVers because we all know that the propane runs out in the middle of the night, 3 a.m. That's a joke. Nobody wants to wake up and change it. With the Mopeka propane tank sensors, it sends you a notification right to your phone. You can check the levels. It sends a sonar pulse through the tanks to give you an accurate reading of how much propane you have left in your tanks. And we will have a link to a full video review that we did on these, as well as most things that we talk about today. If you go down in the video description, not only will we have Amazon links to all these products like we always do, but we will also have video links if you want to go and learn more about any of these products. This next product is an item I've had since day one when I started full-time RVing, and that is the Nico half-inch drive flip socket set. I needed something to remove my old Andersen hitch that I used to have, and this is actually come in handy when I need to do bearings, change tires. When I installed my Reese Goose box, this came in handy. It's just a nice little convenient small socket set. It gives you 8 different sizes, and it's just something to throw in the back of the toolbox, and you're going to need it. So I can see why people have been purchasing that one as well. Number 16 on the list, and if you're an RV newbie, this is one of the first items you should buy before you hit the road. Most of us probably already have this one. It is the Valterra gate valve, and it just simply protects you from getting, well, a bunch of sewage on you. When you pull up to a campsite, usually you have to unscrew the sewer cap, and anything that's been jostling around in the pipes is going to drip out and come out on you, which is pretty common. With this, it keeps the gate valve closed. You can hook up your elbows in your sewer hose first. Once you have everything hooked up, then you open that gate valve in case anything was jostling around and leaking, which there always seems to be some stuff left over in the pipes. Now this next product is actually one of my favorite products. I've been using it forever, been using it even before I started RVing. I'm actually a little surprised that it's at number 15. I thought it would have been a little bit higher up the list, and that is the Aerospace 303 UV Protectant. And then guys, I use this stuff on everything. You can put it on all the rubber, the plastic to protect it from fading, cracking, and the harmful UV rays. But the biggest thing about this for RVers is you can use it on your tires. Instead of getting the covers to put on your tires, all you need is some of this 303 UV protectant. I put it on my truck tires, I put it on the camper tires, as well as it's huge for the slide out. So you want to put this on your D-seals and any rubber that you have on your RV to protect it, again, from fading, cracking, getting brittle, and falling apart. I can't talk about this one enough. I love this stuff. Again, been using it forever, and that's the Aerospace 303 UV Protectant. Number 14 on the list, and that's a 0G water hose. And this used to be my go-to water hose, which I used for a long time. until I started using Blue Technology water filters, and then I found the Blue Technology stainless steel braided hose, and I love this thing. This is my new hose that I use all the time. I fell in love with this thing. The 0G hoses were great, but they still get kind of funky and moldy and mildewy inside, and I would have to sanitize that hose each year. That was kind of a process. Now with the food grade stainless steel braided hose, you don't have to worry about any of that. You will be getting safe drinking water running through your hose. It's UV resistant, it's corrosion resistant, and it's high strength. And the best thing is it just coils up to this small little bundle, which you can see right here for easy storage. Love this hose, and it comes with the stainless steel quick connects, which we'll talk about a little bit later. Some of the best quick connects I've ever used. And if you are interested in this hose from Blue Technology or any of their products, we actually do have a link down below in the video description. Use that link and that'll give you 7% off anything that you can purchase off their website, and that'll be applied at checkout. Again, we'll have that link down below. Coming in at number 13, and this one's been on the list for the past few years, that is a Save a Drop flow meter. This has been a nice tool to have when you're trying to back flush your black tanks. You want to know how much water you're putting in when you're filling up your freshwater tank. Maybe you want to only put 10 gallons in your freshwater tank before you hit the road. So with this little item right here, you can see exactly how much water is flowing through. But I will say that over 5 years of full-time RVing, we've actually gone through 2 of these now. So I wanted to try something new, and that's why we switched to this right here, the Restmo Water Flow Meter. Listen, it's just a little bit more heavy duty. It has brass fittings, it has more features, it's a little bit more robust, and now we've been using this for over a year. And just because of the features alone, it's only a little bit more in cost. I think this is the way to go. So we'll have a link down to this one, and I would actually recommend this over the Save a Drop Flow Meter, which we have been using ourselves in the past few years. Moving on to number 12, and it's actually right over my shoulder right there. You can see it glowing behind me, and that is the indoor fly and insect trap from Safer Home. It's a really neat little thing. You can plug them into any sockets throughout your home. And listen, RVing, you're gonna get bugs, mosquitoes, flies, gnats. Let me tell you, plug that in for one night, you're gonna be pretty surprised at what you see stuck on the back of it when you wake up in the morning. They've actually been great. One of the best things about them is for those pesky fruit flies that we seem to get in these RVs sometimes, I think especially if you're a full-time RVer, and it's really helped out with that problem. It's one of our new little items that's making the list this year. We have one in the bathroom, we keep one in the kitchen, and they do a very good job at catching all the unwanted moths, bugs, flies, and things like that inside the RV. Next up on the list of product that has been in the top 10, and it's just outside the top 10 this year, and that is this 244 piece fuse kit right here. This comes in handy for these RVs because all around the place you have these little fuses hiding behind the panels and the front compartments for your slide outs, your awnings, your jacks. And when you have this assortment right here of different size fuses, anywhere from 2 up to 50 amp fuse, it's gonna come in handy when you're having a problem, you can't get the awning in, you can't do something, a light's burned out, you got it here, it's ready to go. Not only that, it's just good to have around just for your automobile itself. So nice little handy thing to keep on hand, the fuse kit. It's a Frost King foam coil cleaner for your AC units. We have a few videos on AC maintenance and modifications and cleaning them each year, but this stuff is great. You want to keep your units running at optimal performance, and the best way to do that is just keep them clean with basic maintenance. We all know how hot the RVs can get, and they're going to run a lot better by keeping your evaporator and condenser coils clean. And this is another product we use too, and we mentioned that in the video where we do the AC maintenance, and I'll have a link down to both of these in case you want to check this one out as well. Now this next product, I think we all know it and we've all heard of it, and that's probably just a good thing. That means a lot of us use it. It's the RV SnapPad. But while a lot of you know about RV SnapPads and use the RV SnapPad, I find a lot of people don't know about another product they make called the RV Base Pad. And what that's for is somebody like me who still uses the Andersen red buckets. And this is actually a rubber pad that goes underneath those buckets to prevent them from cracking. We've had 2 of those crack over the past 5 years of using them. That's not too bad. 18,000 pounds, full-time RVing. Most of the time, these Andersen buckets crack when they're on gravel. The gravel kind of gets pushed up in there and cracks. It's nothing catastrophic. Andersen's great. They send us out a new unit, usually the very next day. But ever since we've been using these RV base pads, we don't have to worry about that. It gives us a wider footprint, a little bit more sturdy, and we don't have to worry about these cracking. And we use the Andersen buckets to actually keep the jack, the legs, from extending too far. The further you have the jacks extended, the more shake you have. And if you guys are interested in any of the RV SnapPad products, from the RV SnapPad to the RV base to even the SnapPad that goes on the travel trailer jacks nowadays, we have a code. Why wait? Put that in and you guys can get 10% off any of the RV SnapPad products. Number 8 is a quick little cheap product, and it's just a basic Camco water heater flushing wand right here for rinsing out the tank. When you guys have to descale the water heaters or change out your anode rod, you want to get up in there and you want to rinse it out as good as you can. And this has been on the list for the past few years. Most RVers have these. If you don't, you probably want to get one, and you probably want to go see if you need to change out your anode rod. Now the next 2 on the list, number 6 and number 7, actually oddly enough are both water products, so I'll talk about them both right here. They came in back to back on our list, and that is this 90-degree brass elbow and these quick connect fittings. These are both items I've been using for many of years, been very happy with them, but like I mentioned earlier in the video, these are 2 items that I do not use anymore. I've upgraded to a product that I feel is just a higher quality, a little bit safer, and a lot better. We now use the Blue Technology stainless steel 90-degree elbows and the stainless steel Blue Technology quick connects, which I will say, I am a big water quick connect guy, and these are the best quick connects I've ever used. They do not leak. They're extremely heavy duty. And the best thing about this is you're eliminating any chance of lead that comes through brass fittings into your water system and your water source. So just like with the Blue Technology stainless steel braided hose, we've gone full stainless steel from our water filtration system to the canisters all the way down to the 90-degree brass elbows. Even our pressure regulator is now a stainless steel pressure regulator. And like I mentioned earlier, the Blue Technology link is down below if you guys want to save 7% off, check out any of their products. And I can tell I'm not the only one making the switch to food grade stainless steel hoses and fittings and quick connects, because just in this year alone, 2024, 2 months into the year, we have had over $25,000 worth of items purchased through our links alone from Blue Technology. So that tells you something right there. But let's go ahead and move on and jump into the top 5. This is a great one right here. Thetford Drain Valve Lubricant. Now listen, not only do you want to keep your toilet seals lubed up, but you have to think about those gate valves inside of your gray and black tanks. You want to keep those doors opening and closing smoothly. How do you do that with this product right here? Just by pouring a little bit down your drains. That's going to keep the gate valves inside your tanks lubed up, the doors opening and closing freely. It's a great product, and I see why it made the top 5. This product right here was actually number 1 on the list last year, and that is the water alarm detectors from Instapark. Now, I think we ended up selling so many of these that if you actually go to Amazon right now, they're currently unavailable, and I don't know when they will be. So I want to talk to you about an upgraded product, the Govee water alarm detectors. And these are an upgrade because these actually have Wi-Fi. They can connect to your phone, unlike the ones I used to use. That way, if you're away from the RV, you can still get notified that you have a leak, something is going wrong, and you can get back to the RV in case you didn't shut the water off before you left. The water alarm detectors over 5 years of RVing have actually saved me 4 times and counting. Not gonna lie, it was literally just 2 days ago that I had them go off in my basement. I had some water linking from the back behind my shower faucet handles, and again, they went off and let me know. So this is a great item to put down in strategic locations around your RV to let you know if you're gonna have any trouble with water leaking anywhere in the camp. Shield T9 coming in at number 3, another one of my favorite products, probably my favorite preventive maintenance product. It replaces all your other products pretty much that you carry in the RV. you can have this one product to use on almost anything that you have to maintain on the RV from rust and corrosion. Now listen, the BoShield T9, it dries to a waterproof, waxy coating that can be used to protect like all areas of your RV from rust and corrosion. Plus, it's a dry lube and it can be used on anything from awnings, your jacks, hitches, electronics, doors, and much more. And it's also safe on pretty much any surface. That's why I love that product so much. And if you want to find out more details about it, you can click on the link up here or in the video description to go watch this video and learn more about it. Bond tape moves up to number 2 this year. And it's a great product to either have on hand just to carry one roll in case you need to patch, hole, or do some repairs on your roof, or if you want to do a whole roof modification and totally seal up your RV roof like I did in this video right here. You guys can check that out, where I went ahead and protected all of my sealant and all of my seams from any potential water damage in the future. You can't go wrong with any of the Eternabond tape products. Topping the list and coming in at number 1, and it's no surprise, ProFlex RV Sealant. This was number 3 on the list last year. This stuff is going to protect your RV from its number 1 enemy, and that is water damage. Just like we talked about Eternabond tape for the roof a second ago, ProFlex RV is what you want to use to seal the rest of your camper up. Now, stay tuned because I do have a video coming out in a few weeks where I'm going to actually be switching from ProFlex RV and I'm going to be trying a new sealant called Lexel, and I'm going to see how that holds up to the conditions outside. My ProFlex RV, after about 3.5, 4 years now, is actually starting to look a little brittle, getting a little yellow, getting a little flaky. None of these things seem to last forever, but it is better than silicone. So keep an eye out for that video where I'm going to break it down and see how much I like the Lexel and start using that. As always guys, thanks for watching and we will see you next time.